This is a video for my friend, and I'm not going to say his name, don't need to. I'm just going to call him my friend, because he is. He's helped me a lot, and he's very generous. And that's kind of what this video is about, because I'm struggling with the boundaries of generosity and looking after number one. Looking after number one is a very important concept. It's one of the only things my dad really tried to teach me, and it stuck. When he first said it, it was just before I was about to propose to my first wife. And he shook my hand and he said, "Look after number one." That's all he said. I had a really cool dad. Anyway, he was so chill actually, until he wasn't. Yeah, I had a really cool dad. I think so. Anyway, he's my dad. I might be a bit biased. Anyway, look after number one. Now, I thought that meant my fiance, but it didn't. And I didn't realise for a little while. And then I heard it repeated on flights. I might have done a video about this before actually, but there's more to talk about in this one. Anyway, on the flights, I've spoken about this in multiple videos, I'm sure. When the oxygen mask drops, not if, when, because, it does happen occasionally, been on a lot of flights. When it drops, put it on you, strap it on quickly. Make sure you know where it is. Watch the training video or read the card when you're going. It takes 20 seconds. Know what you're doing. If you don't do that, if you are stupid, if you are so scared or happy that it's your first flight, or, you're just like, "Oh, I do this all the time. I know what the new 787s are all about. Economy, I know how this works. I'm normally in first class." If you don't, you're a dickhead, right? Do the basics. I mean, it's like 10 seconds of your flight. Everyone's risking their lives going up there. I mean, you're risking your life walking down the street. But, you're in a tin can in the sky. Your oxygen mask drops. Put yours on. Little kid, I don't know, some old woman, old dude, sitting over there behind you. He's got the window seat. Little kid's looking a bit, panicky because she doesn't know what she's meant to do. Put yours on, then you help them. Do you know what happens if you don't do that? Have you ever been a large bag of soggy meat with some bones in it, blocking a small child and a grandmother from exiting a plane that's sitting on the ocean and about to sink and on fire, and they're smoking shit? Like, do you want to be the bag of meat? Because if you do, that's how you can do it. I mean, it's not that hard. What you do is when the oxygen mask drops, you help others straight away. Just help them, don't worry. And then you die, and then, you are the meat bag, and they are fucked because they can't get out, and there's just not enough time to get people out. So, thanks for your help, you meat bag. Same in life. And that's what I want to talk about. And this is why this message to my friend. He's my dear friend. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I've been struggling. Hello, Milky. Hello. Milky's come to say hello. I've been struggling with establishing a home base and doing communal kind of living, because communal living's great, but it's a bit like socialism. It's like, it's great until you run out of other people's money. When you do, everyone's just hungry and, not having a good time. Some people are. A lot of people who can just, use their money for their things. But, sorry, I'm being attacked by a cat. Algie, please, I'm being alive. You did your debut before. Hey, Smokey. Do you have something to say? Meow. Meow. Hello. Come on, say something. You're being interviewed. There's nothing to say except purring. No. There we go. I'm not even going to tell you what that means. Yeah. Very colloquial, put it that way. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yes, I think, as I said in my song recently, that it's great to be generous, but after a while of just sharing everything and realizing you're being kind of taken advantage of a lot, or you're trying to help people and they forget that you help them because, I don't know, one day you didn't have coffee, one day you didn't have sugar, you know what I mean, and they remember that. Easily. I've had a number of people do that in my life. What do they say? You give them an inch and they take a mile. And if they can't get that second inch, they'll detest you. It's hard to understand that when you're in your phase of your life because you are being generous. I explained earlier tonight that I've given up all my possessions a number of times. Sometimes by choice, sometimes not. I've kept my vital things like passport. That's about it. That relates to the video, I guess. Maybe I can link them, I don't know, about doing extreme danger things. Anyway, yeah, it works most of the time. You can just shout people, buy all the beers for everyone at the pub. Every day, every week. See what happens when you don't come. See what happens if you're invited to, someone else's event. See if they remember. Some of us do. Some good people do. But what you got to realise, what I can tell you from travelling around the world, is not everyone's good. There's a pretty, even mix, actually. I guess there has to be. Without good, there couldn't be evil. Without evil, there couldn't be good. But some people, once they learn how to be a scab, and that they can get away with it by, apologising occasionally, they learn pretty quickly how to just drain you of all your stuff. They're not thinking the same way as you are. They don't have the same morals. They don't have the same ethics. I mean, if you don't understand that, go to a different country. Understand them, marry one. Learn how their culture is, because it's different to ours. It's that's the thing. And same with people here in Australia who, just look like, other dudes. But some of them are, it sounds like a conspiracy theory. It's not. They are literally draining you and ripping you off at every chance they can get. When they come in your room, they're casing it. If you don't know that, then sorry, but, wake the fuck up. They walk in your room and they check what you got. What are your assets? What resources? What's going on? What's that? What's that? Oh, how can I take advantage here? Oh, pet. Okay. That's a leverage point. Okay. Weapon. All right, looks like something which might upset him if it goes missing. That's where he plugs his phone in. Gotcha. Where's his keys? Oh, yeah, cool. Yep. It all happens very quickly. Very quickly. And some people just think this way automatically. It's a survival technique. I'm not calling it evil. It's a survival technique. You might find yourself doing it occasionally. I found myself doing it occasionally, walking into a building, noticing where the exits are, noticing what can be used as a weapon, because it's a government building and I don't know what's going on and I'm scared. And I'm just looking around like, why? Why is this there? What's going on there? Which doors can we get through? Which doors can we not get through? How safe am I? Who's going to protect me in this situation? If you have been around a bit, if you have a bit of street smarts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your brain goes through this, boom, boom, boom. And if you're hungry for resources, your brain goes through a pretty quick scan of what you could, possibly get, either by coercion or direct theft or violence. Because sometimes people are just really, really hungry, you know what I mean? You got to be careful. People will kill you over 50 cents in some countries. And if they realise that you've got some money or you've got some resources, you are not a customer anymore. You are not a person. You are a bank, a resource. I won't even discuss what that means in context of being a female in some countries, being alone on the street. You are an available resource, is all I'm going to say. And people will just take your resources happily. They've never been taught otherwise. They've got bad manners. And I mean, what do? You can help them all you like if that makes you feel good. And I've been through that phase of my life. But now, I'm happy to, help out with, let's do a community kitchen 3 nights a week. But the other 4 nights a week, I'd like to trust that my Vegemite hasn't been double dipped. Or that no one's stuck their hand in my rice. Or, that I've still got soy sauce. Or, I don't know, tomato sauce. A slice of cheese. You know what I mean? Anyway. Now, my friend, you did tell me that money is not important. And you spent a lot of money on a very expensive drink. And then you tried to give it to everyone. People love you. You're a very, very generous man. Don't get me wrong. People really appreciate you. We think you're great. Well, I think you're great. I haven't met anyone that's ever complained about you. I think you're great. But you're hurting yourself. And that upsets me. Put your own oxygen mask on first. Look after number 1. Then help others. It feels good helping others. Maybe that's what we're here for. I'm not sure. We're certainly not here to be selfish arseholes. I think that'd be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it? Scavengers, hyenas. What's that ugly bird comes down and it's always hanging around dead corpses? Yeah, I prefer to not be that. I prefer to be generous. But yeah, you can be generous to a point. And then you don't hand out your last roll of toilet paper or your hand soap or your kitchenware because it might just stay in the kitchen and then it's gone and you get a sorry from someone who's your friend and then you don't feel like it's their fault. But eventually you just realise, how many of these am I going to buy? Because every time someone asks to borrow one, I've got to buy a new one. And these communal dinners are actually extremely expensive now because I seem to be paying $45 each serve because I have to replace all my shit. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. And thank you for being a good friend. I know some of this might be surprising, but it's how I feel at this stage in my life. And I've been through a number of times where you are now. I guess that's all I'm going to say.